have kids stuck home from school.
The White House or Congress?
Personally, have very little sympathy for the teachers.
We're over 3 weeks into the strike. It's costing the country billions of dollars, and instead of offering solutions...
I admit it, Linda, this got away from me, but we can't turn back time. We have to hold our ground.
While our approval ratings continue to nosedive?
Spinell and I worked together for years on dozens of labor-related bills. I thought he'd be reasonable.
Well, you were wrong about.
Give me more time, Linda, please.
That-
Then count on me for just 1 more week. If the strike isn't over by then, I'll change the bill.
Frank?
No, 1 more week, that's all.
Does Congressman need me, ma'am?
No, I just was wondering if you wanted a cup of coffee. I just brewed a fresh pot.
I'm good, ma'am, but thanks.
Are you sure?
My shift's done in a couple hours. I'll be fine.
You know, come on, stretch your legs. I won't take no for an answer. What did you do before you joined the leadership detail?
I was a cop here in D.C. Before that, I was in the Marines, ma'am. Thank you.
Did you serve overseas?
I did, ma'am. Bahrain, then Afghanistan.
I got a dinner meeting with Birch. I'll be...
I invited him in for coffee.
Well, drink it fast. We leave in 5 minutes.
Down! Stay away from the windows!
You'll have 6 of my best men covering you around the clock.
I guess I'm wondering why we didn't at least have one of your best men covering us now.
He'll be disciplined, sir.
You have proof Spinella was behind it?
Put it in context. 3 weeks into a national teacher strike.
At the home of Francis Underwood, who has led the charge on...
There you go. Now post that before one of my neighbors calls a local 11 o'clock hack.
What about more school books, less bricks?
No, it's too broad. We need a better soundbite. Something specific. Something that points the finger directly at Spinella.
He'll deny any involvement.
Well, of course he will. So how do we get around that?
We say he can't control his troops.
No, we need something clear, something clean, something that sticks in your head.
Teachers need a lesson in self-restraint.
No, you're not hearing me. People like teachers. No, we need something that makes Spinella the villain. His lack of control, his inability...
Disorganized labor.
It's disorganized labor, plain and simple. When you've got angry teachers throwing bricks through congressmen's windows, you've got to blame the union leadership.
We'll be beefing up the security for the entire leadership, and I strongly encourage Marty Spinella to keep his people in line. This is starting to look like disorganized labor.
Do you really think Marty Spinella is to blame?
Whether Mr. Spinella is behind this or not, he might want to tone down the rhetoric before disorganized labor turns into organized crime.
Congressman, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, I would. $2 billion of taxpayers' money being wasted.
And Congress should be ashamed of itself.
Oh, what?
Frank.
What? Did Congress force the teachers to go on strike, Marty? No, we didn't.
Really, Frank? When you threaten teachers' ability to negotiate as a union, when you threaten their job security, you threaten their livelihood, of course you force them to strike.
Oh, and did we also force them to start throwing bricks at people's houses?
You know what? I'm really glad you brought that up. Because you know there's absolutely no proof that that incident had anything to do with this strike. And I want to take the opportunity to say publicly that we categorically condemn any use of violence whatsoever or intimidation.
What you're saying, essentially, is that you can't control your own people.
That's not what I'm saying.
That is what you're saying. You're disorganized. Disorganized labor. Now, why don't you look her in the eye and tell her that your people had nothing to do with that brick?
Mrs. Underwood, Claire, I am sincerely sorry that you had to go through that ordeal, truly. And it actually sickens me that someone made you feel unsafe in your own home. And I give you my word that to the best of my knowledge, none of our people had anything to do with it. You said you wanted to talk.
You know the difference between you and me, Marty?
What?
I'm a white trash cracker from a white trash town that no one would even bother to piss on. But here's the difference. I've made something of myself. I have the keys to the Capitol. People respect me. But you're still nothing. You're just an uppity dago in an expensive suit turning tricks for the unions. Nobody respects the unions anymore, Marty. They're dying. And no one respects you. The most you'll ever make of yourself is blowing men like me. Men with real power.
You think you can get under my skin?
I know I can.
Kiss my ass, Frank.
You can't afford to walk out.
Watch me.
I've got a dead, underprivileged kid in my pocket. What do you have?
I have 2 million honorable teachers.
Fair enough, but I got something even better. Go ahead. Open it.
Okay. I'll play your game. You're an idiot.
Stamper through it.
You're full of shit.
Oh no, Stamper threw the brick, and I made sure Claire distracted my security.
Are you kidding me?
And to think you wanted me to apologize to my wife.
You would do something that low, Frank?
I arranged the brick, Marty, just like I arranged this meeting this afternoon.
Back off, Frank.
Why don't you just get down on your knees where you really belong?
Back off, Frank.
Because the only thing you're gonna get from me is cum on your face.
Fuck you! Look, I'll tell them you provoked me. I'll tell them that you threw the brick yourself.
And who's gonna believe you? You just assaulted a United States congressman, which is a felony. But I'm not gonna press charges, Marty. Because the strike ends now.
You think it'll leave a scar?
I have a thick skin.
The next time you ask me to invite someone in for coffee, will you please make sure no guns go off?
I'll do my best.